Formula 1's silly season is upon us, which means plenty of drivers under pressure when the real season gets back underway. As many as half of the contenders on the current grid may need to impress over the remaining 9 races to secure a seat on the 2020 grid. Some are more obvious than others, but F1's driver market can be notoriously volatile. So here are the men in the spotlight for very different reasons. Valtteri Bottas. It's no secret that Mercedes faces a tough choice between Bottas and its young charge Esteban Ocon. One thing we don't know is if Mercedes needs to make its decision by a certain time to avoid Ocon being released and becoming a free agent for rival teams. If Mercedes makes an early pro-Ocon decision, Bottas may not have many on-track opportunities to prove he deserves another season at the team. However, whether Bottas knows the door is closed at Mercedes, or he needs a plan B, he is at least in the perfect position to end the season strongly. Poles and wins will aid his cause, whether it's convincing his current team or attracting a new employer. Could go either way, but Bottas should have backup options just about anywhere in the F1 midfield. Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly and Daniel Kvyat are all on a Red Bull merry-go-round that's going a bit quicker than at the start of the year. Albon will replace Gasly at Red Bull from the Belgian Grand Prix, so has 9 races to prove he should be the one to partner Max Verstappen in the senior team next year. Gasly, who has been demoted to Toro Rosso, has to salvage his Red Bull career. Meanwhile, Kvyat waits in the wings, this time a neutral bystander in Red Bull's musical chairs. There are 3 options available to these drivers next year: a seat at Red Bull, a stay of execution at Toro Rosso, and, absolute worst case scenario, a trip to the scrap heap. The rest of 2019 is high stakes for this trio. For all 3 drivers, it could make or break their careers. Sebastian Vettel. Vettel has a contract at Ferrari for 2020, so might seem like an odd pick to join this list. However, he has constantly been linked with a return to Red Bull at some point. He's under pressure from young teammate Charles Leclerc, and his Ferrari title challenges keep faltering. Expect Vettel to still be in red next year, but stranger things have happened in the driver market than him leaving early. Robert Kubica. The feel-good factor has disappeared from Kubica's F1 comeback. He's been out-qualified by rookie teammate George Russell at every Grand Prix, as Williams has really struggled at the back of the grid in 2019. Although Kubica did score a fortunate point in Germany, too often he has been far behind Russell at the end of each race. The well-financed Formula 2 frontrunner Nicholas Latifi is also lurking in the background in a reserve role. Latifi looks like the biggest threat to Kubica's F1 return being limited to just one season. Kubica's return looks like it might well be short-lived, as he doesn't have that much time to turn things around. Romain Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. 2 crashing drivers in an inconsistent car is a bad recipe in the F1 midfield. Magnussen has a contract for next season, and Grosjean has plenty of speed on his good days. Haas would probably like to keep both drivers, but these drivers need to do something to prove that's the best option, and stop giving the team reasons to make a change. Team principal Günther Steiner has said he doesn't need his drivers to like each other, but they do need to respect one another more on track. K-Mag's presumably safe, but Grosjean, who has been at the team since it joined the grid, is much more at risk. Nico Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg has played a key role in Renault's progress, but the relationship seems to have cooled during the team's 2019 struggles. He has performed solidly alongside Daniel Ricciardo and could rightly think he deserves a better deal compared to the team's big money signing. However, Renault has made it clear it is assessing alternatives and was very interested in Esteban Ocon last year. The works team is under major pressure at the moment. A good end to the season would help Hülkenberg prove he's the least of their problems. Hülkenberg's 3-year stay at the team could be over, but he would surely land a seat elsewhere if he sees the exit door. Antonio Giovinazzi. After 2 seasons on the sidelines, Giovinazzi has looked race rusty in 2019 and scored just 1 point compared to Alfa Romeo teammate Kimi Raikkonen's 31. Giovinazzi occupies the so-called Ferrari seat at Alfa, one that seems earmarked for Mick Schumacher, and he is fortunate that there is no obvious F1-ready replacement just yet. However, Giovinazzi needs to improve to avoid being usurped by a surprise candidate. Alfa's progress means it is an attractive proposition to many midfield drivers, and there will be drivers in F2 and F3 seeking to jump up to F1 early. The Alfa seat's Giovinazzi's to keep, but he needs to turn his race day form around. So, that's our list of under-pressure drivers. Who do you think are the main players in F1's driver market, and is there anyone that we've missed? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.